will now call to order the action session for the Indianapolis Public Schools Board of School Commissioners for Tuesday, February 24th, 2015. Presentation of our colors tonight are done by Arsenal Technical High School, Cadet Captain Dustin Rogers, Cadet Corporal DeMonte Williams, Cadet First Lieutenant Adam Esparza, Cadet First Lieutenant Daisha Clay, Cadet Captain Corey Terry, and Cadet Major Cheyenne Freeman.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hand over your heart and join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order, arms, outward, face, forward, march. Hilgard, whoa. Order, arms. Prepare to pose. Pose. Present. Arms. Order. Arms. Outward. Face. Forward. March. Hilgard. Whoa. Outward. Face. Right. Face. Forward. March. Left. 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 Right. Right. Left. 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 Right. Right. Left.
Madam Secretary, would you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Sullivan,
Here.
Commissioner Cosby,
Here.
Commissioner Eccles,
Present.
Commissioner Hannon,
Here.
Commissioner Bentley,
Here.
Commissioner Odle,
Here.
President Arnold.
Here. We will accept the adoption of the agenda. Does anyone have any questions or concerns? If not, we will accept the adoption of the agenda by consensus. We will now move to recognition of groups in the audience. If there's any specific groups here tonight that would like to be recognized, if you would stand and say your name and what group you're affiliated with.
President of Indianapolis Delegation Association represents Party. Arsenal Technical High School.
We will now move into student performances. Tonight's performance will be given by members of the School 70 Nicholson Performing Arts Academy, DRUM Ensemble, and Grace Notes Choir. Drum Ensemble is a program that stands for discipline, respect, and unity through music. These fourth grade students meet twice a week for 30 minutes, learning to perform instrumental pieces on a variety of wood percussion instruments. The Grace Notes Choir is made up of students in grades 1 through 5 that meet 4 times a week for 30 minutes. Tonight's performance selections celebrate Black History Month. The students will be performing an original arrangement of The Lion Sleeps Tonight and an African folk song of Wisana Going to Ghana by Mary Donnelly and George Strid. Wisana will be accompanied by pianist Deborah Harrison, and both groups are under the direction of Amber Price. Please welcome our students from the School 70 Nicholson Performing Arts Academy.
this happy song. Do-way, 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 Marima, do-way, do-way. Always on the sun, I know, always on the sun. Always on the sun, I know, always on the sun. Always on the sun, I know, always on the sun. Always on the sun, I know, always on the sun. Always on the, 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 always on the, always on the, always on the Do-way, do-way, Marima, do-way, do-way. Do-way, do-way, Marima, do-way, do-way. Hey, hey, you want to go down to Ghana? Hey, hey, you want to go along, my brother? Hey, hey, you want to go down to Ghana? And as we travel, we'll sing this happy song. Do-way, 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 Marima, do-way, do-way. Do-way, do-way. Do-way, do-way. Do-way.
Well, that performance will certainly warm us up on a cold, chilly night. Let's give them another hand. Tonight we have a special recognition, and I would ask Mr. Robert Durham to come forward. And come to the podium. The board enjoys recognizing the efforts and accomplishments of our community partners, parents, staff, and students. You can turn around. Tonight, we would like to recognize Mr. Robert Durham, a graduate of Arsenal Technical High School. Mr. Durham was unable to receive a diploma with his graduating class of 1967 as he chose to enlist with the United States Army during the Vietnam War. Tonight, the board wishes to thank Mr. Durham for his service to our country and recognize his delayed high school diploma from Arsenal Technical High School. I believe he said it was 49 years in the waiting. Mr. Durham, will you please accept this with our most sincere thanks?
Yeah, I'd like to thank the Indianapolis Public School Board, the Indiana Department of Education, and the Indiana Department of Veterans Affairs to make this possible for me tonight. I'm humbled and I'm happy. I'm very excited to finally get my high school diploma, and it's just something I've lived a lifetime to do, and it's finally happened. So thank you all very much. I appreciate it.
Also this evening, we would like to take a moment to recognize Mr. Scott Lowe. Mr. Lowe here? Forward. Mr. Lowe has been present at almost every parent meeting held by Gambold Prep since his son began his international baccalaureate journey in August 2013. He is very astute in asking questions, enabling him to better understand how to assist his son, but also how to help other students at Gambold Prep. He readily volunteers as an event helper and chaperone. Mr. Lowe's son is involved in the Science Bound program. Events for Science Bound are held at Purdue, and Gambold can always rely on Mr. Lowe to be in attendance at these events. His support has an incredible impact on all students involved. Another way Mr. Lowe helps support Gambold Prep is in fundraising and finding financial sponsors for the robotics team. Without the support of Mr. Lowe, the budget for the robotics team would be less than adequate. Last but not least, Mr. Lowe has stepped out of his world of science, even taking time off from work to help his wife decorate and set up for homecoming this year. In short, Mr. Lowe's support of his son is always done in many ways that support his son's classmates, teachers, coaches, and the good of the Indianapolis Public Schools. Mr. Lowe, please accept our most sincere gratitude. We will now move into the delegation session or portion of the meeting. Tonight we have 4 delegates who have signed up to speak. We ask that you limit your comments to 3 minutes. We have a timer. You will hear it go off if you're still speaking at the end of 3 minutes. We're not going to cut you off, but we ask that you wrap up your remarks. We also ask that you do not list individuals' names, specific names, because of personnel issues. So our first speaker will be Michelle Cole, representing SELF regarding Arsenal Technical High School administration.
Good evening.
Good evening.
And I just want to say I would like to speak on the positive influence that my child has received as a student at Arsenal Tech. She now has a different perspective on her future due to the administration going above and beyond to try to help guide her in the right direction. She has totally advanced toward education and the importance in her becoming successful in the future. She has dropped many bad habits and enjoys going to school, and she is now wanting to do well and not geared toward the negative influence that are presented to her in school and outside of school. She wants to succeed now. And again, I just want to say I have kids that are in other schools as well, but the administration at Arsenal Tech has just gone above and beyond to try to just tell her that the bad influence are not going to work for you. And I'm glad that she's been receptive to that, because I can see her doing better with her grades, getting along with others, and just staying away from the things that can get her, you know, in trouble. And she's wanting to further her education after high school, which she She didn't want to until, you know, a few of the administration sat down and talked with her and explained how important it is to get your education and further your education. So I just want to thank them for that. Thank you.
Our next delegate is Michael Woodson, representing South regarding disconnect between administration and community.
Good evening, everyone.
Evening.
I am Mike Woodson. I'm a tech graduate, Vietnam veteran, a helper in the community. My issue is basically that I feel as though there's a disconnect between the administration and the children, and with me even on the grassroots level. I have not met the leadership, which in past I've met most of them. Just being out and about, they attend school events, they participate in things. I had a letter I was going to read, but I can't do that. Specifically, not to rehash old news, last year we won a championship at Tech, but we're not allowed to celebrate at Tech High School following the event, as every school has ever done that I'm aware of, okay? This year, we had a top 20 not a top 20 banquet for some athletes. Not one person from the staff showed up to support or say, "Great job, kids. Glad to see you do something well." Now, all of my news is not bad news because our kids are doing well. But I'm also understanding that at Tech High School, it seems to be that we're looking at a dismantling of the administration there. Well, I'm there a lot of days. The kids are doing well. This whole thing about their education is about relationships and getting a quality education. Well, if you break down the relationships that they have already with present staff, what does that do for the kids? Like the young lady came up and talked about her child doing well. Well, I've sent a son, three grandchildren through Tech High School. I came through there. I've gone to school with many students that are doctors, lawyers, doing my duration there. I think they're doing fine if given a chance to do this thing. I think that we have great educators in Indianapolis, if allowed to voice their opinion and give their expertise. In my little writing, I wrote in there that it takes a village to run this thing. No one individual has all the answers. So that individual at the top needs to listen to the educators, listen to the community, and then let's get a plan about what we're going to do with especially for Tech High School. I'm good. Thank you.
Our next delegate is Lana Parish, representing theirself regarding the Phelan Leadership Academy Innovative Network.
Good evening, Dr. Farabee and distinguished board members. My name is Lana McGill Parish, and I am a Stand University for Parents graduate and a Stand for Children leader, a concerned citizen of our fair city, and a lover of academic excellence and achievement for all students, and the director and owner of a tutoring company. In your search for the school that would most benefit as the first Phelan Leadership Academy Innovation Network school, I would like to endorse for your consideration Francis Scott Key 103. I had the opportunity and pleasure of engaging with some of the students that attend 103 as a child care provider for the Stand University for Parents classes held at 103 last semester. I was engaged primarily with homework help with these students. As their parents were learning and gaining knowledge, they were too. I also provided childcare at 2 other Stand University for Parents classes. I currently tutor, am a former supplemental educational services provider under the No Child Left Behind Act, which provided tutoring for students that were in need of academic intervention and remediation due to failing test scores. While working with the students of 103, I noticed a marked non-proficiency in grade level knowledge and understanding in many of the students. This lack of proficiency is further indicated by the year-end testing data for 103, where 15.3%, that's only 20 students, passed both math and English language arts on the iStep Plus. In contrast, the 2013-14 year-end data for Phelan Leadership Academy indicates that their students' growth was very strong, with an increase from 14% to 84% on-track proficiency in math and 56% to 92% on-track proficiency in reading. As IPS 103 is the lowest performing school in the district, they are in the greatest need of the instructional components and turnaround that the Phelan Leadership Academy Innovation Network School can provide. The students of 103 deserve access to a high-quality education and the opportunity to succeed. I thank you for your consideration.
Our final delegate is Cynthia Hartshorn, representing SELF and Arsenal Technical High School alumni regarding Arsenal Technical High School administration.
I come to you tonight in a dual role, representing both the faculty at Tech High School and the strong, active Tech Alumni Association, the largest alumni group in the United States with almost 18,000 members. As a longtime choir and theater director, I've taught at Tech longer than any other teacher there, this being my 29th year and my 41st in IPS. My work to develop my skills to mastery level has been rewarded by several honors, including 2 ABCD awards from IPS. Last year, I received the Governor's Arts Award and also was chosen as a Hubbard Award winner as a life-changing teacher. My reputation for high standards and no excuses and excellence is well known at Tech, in IPS, and in the central Indiana area. Those same qualifications of high standards, no excuses, and excellence are why I am here tonight. Along with my colleagues, I work every single day at Tech to reach these goals. But all the good intentions in the world don't amount to anything without the support of a strong administration with the same values. Our current Tech administration has created an environment of stability and safety in which student success is the top priority. The Tech faculty and the alumni do not want a change of administration. We strongly feel that this is not in the best interest of our students. Especially with new magnet students joining the Tech family next year, the issue of stability becomes critical. Tech's very unique environment requires that new students quickly learn the Tech way, which teachers and alumni know is the level of self-discipline required to succeed there. It takes a singular degree of expertise to foster that kind of environment. As a Tech graduate himself, our current principal brings a unique skill set with his intimate and personal knowledge of the way Tech works, along with his many years as a successful administrator. That positions him to bring much more expertise to the table than any other candidate possibly could. He has a good relationship with the staff, the current students respect him, and he is a strong male role model. His leadership is well supported by his vice principals, whose collegial team forms a solid base of discipline and academic leadership. In a January Channel 13 report, Dr. Farabee himself said, and I quote, "I would personally like to see more emphasis on growth than proficiency. It is a better indication of school making progress," end quote. 2 years ago, we graduated 60% of our seniors. Last year, 67%. This year, we are already on target with at least 75% of our seniors. That's growth. The grade from our state report card, while still a D, has improved from a 1.2 in 2012 to a 1.5 in 2013 and a 1.85 last year, and the C- grade is 1.9. We are almost there, and that's growth. That reflects a path of steady growth under our current leadership team. With the influx of new students next year, and with a clear trajectory of improvement, The last thing we need at Tech is having a rug pulled out from under us by a complete change of administration. If your goal is truly to make decisions that are in the best interest of our students, then leave the current Tech administration in place, allowing all of us to continue with our goals of high standards, no excuses, and excellence, and enable us to keep moving at a steady rate along the pathway to student success. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to all of our speakers that came and gave your time. It's important that you take advantage of the opportunity to come and express your views. We very much appreciate it. We will move now into the approval of the minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Report of the treasurer.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded that we accept the report of the treasurer. Comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We will now move into section 5, general superintendent's recommendations, new business, and I will turn the agenda over to Dr. Farabee.
Thank you, Madam President. Good evening, Commissioners. The first item in General Superintendent Recommendations, item 5.01, asking that the Commissioners approve the donations as presented.
So moved.
Second. It's been moved and seconded that we approve this recommendation. Comments?
I just have a general comment. I mean, I don't want to go through this whole list, but it's exciting to see the number of individuals and companies and organizations that are supporting our students, and I just want to thank everybody that's on there.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Next agenda item is item 5.02, which is a revision of bylaw policy 0160. Ask that the Commissioners approve this policy as presented. I believe there may be some additional action needed, as this is a policy that we're approving.
I move that we waive the 30-day waiting period on policy changes.
Second.
All those in favor of waiving the 30-day time for reviewing policy, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I just wanted to note that waiving the 30-day rule makes it possible for us to implement this next month. It's just a change in the schedule of our meetings.
And then I'd like to move to approve the policy.
Second.
Been moved and seconded that we approve recommendation 5.02.
Yes, I'd like to make an amendment. I would like to propose that we amend the language concerning the purpose of the briefing sessions to include the following information. Briefing sessions will also serve as an opportunity for the public to better understand issues that may impact the work of the district and the board. I would like to include this language because I believe it's important that we make that purpose of our briefing sessions explicit.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the amendment to recommendation 5.02. Any other comments or questions? We're voting on accepting the amendment. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Now we will go back to the original motion 5.02. Any comments or questions? This is the amended version. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Next agenda item is item 5.03, is a recommendation for Commissioners to approve entry into a contract with Advanced Education. We ask that the Board of Commissioners approve contract for Advanced Ed as presented.
Second.
Been moved and seconded that we approve this item. Comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Next agenda item is approval of purchase with Naviance. We ask that the Board of Commissioners approve the purchase of Naviance for the 2015-16 school year for middle and high schools as presented.
So moved. Second.
Been moved and seconded that we approve this recommendation. Just for the viewing audience and the audience that's here tonight, if it seems that we're moving very rapidly through our agenda, all of these items have been discussed in prior briefing sessions, both the operations and academic briefing session, and the board members have had opportunities to have questions and issues addressed. So any comments on 5.04? Commissioner
No
Echols?
comments, but I believe you, it's public session.
I'm sorry. Any other comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Yes, the next item, 5.05 and 5.06, 5.07, 5.08, and 5.09 are conflicts of interest. We ask that Madam President lead the conversation on these recommendations.
And we will take them individually because if there is a conflict of interest form submitted, board members abstain from voting, and I don't want everybody abstaining on all of them, so we will take them individually. 5.05 is for Commissioner Lanier Echols regarding potential conflict with Carpe Diem.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? The next potential conflict of interest is with Commissioner Sullivan regarding the YMCA.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded that we accept this conflict of interest. Comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Uniform conflict of interest for Commissioner Sullivan regarding the United Way of Central Indiana.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Uniform conflict of interest, Commissioner Sullivan with Indianapolis Neighborhood Housing Partnership.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded that we accept this recommendation. Comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Uniform conflict of interest, Commissioner Sullivan regarding Sheila Sexton.
So moved. Second.
Been moved and seconded that we accept this recommendation. Questions or concerns? Yes.
One concern, I just noticed that the name is misspelled. It's actually IE on Shield. So.
Thank you. Spelling corrected. Any comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Okay. Moving to 5.11.
And just for the audience, item 5.10 was withdrawn, and the next agenda item is item 5.11. I recommend that the Board of Commissioners approve the travel request as presented for Crispus Attucks Medical Magnet High School.
So moved. Second.
Been moved and seconded that we approve this recommendation. Questions, concerns, comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Next agenda item is item 5.12. I recommend that the Board of Commissioners approve the grant and travel request for Arsenal Technical High School as presented.
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded that we approve this recommendation. Questions or comments?
Have fun.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
We're ready.
Next agenda item is 5.13. In follow-up to the policy change on the meeting schedule, this item is a request for commissioners to approve a revised meeting schedule for 2015. Request that commissioners approve this schedule as presented.
Second.
Been Moved and seconded that we approve this recommendation. Comments or questions, Commissioner Hannon?
I just wanted to say on the record, because of the change in policy and meeting structure, I hope that we can push it out to make sure as many folks in the public get it as possible so that we can really be clear and communicate the changes that are fairly, big compared to what people have been used to.
Comments, Commissioner Cosby?
Just to offer a little preview, I would let the audience know that we're considering a shift from Tuesday, Thursday format in the same week, and that would generally be the last week of each month. So our format for our meetings will be changing slightly.
Did we get that mailed out tomorrow? Email.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Just would remind everyone as we talk about the calendar and schedule for meetings, we'll have that communicated through our public relations division, also be included in Achiever and other communication channels. So make sure we get the message out. Thank you. Next item is 5.14. We ask that commissioners approve the memorandum of understanding between Shortridge High School and Butler University as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded that we approve this recommendation. Comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We will now move into Section 6, General Superintendent's Recommendations, Business and Finance, General Resolutions. Normally we take the entire section, which is only 2 items, 6.01 and 6.02.
Move approve.
Second.
Second.
Been moved and seconded that we approve the recommendations under Section 6. Comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Section 7, General Superintendent's Recommendations, Business and Finance Other, 7.01 and 7.02.
So moved.
Been moved and seconded that we accept this section. Comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? General Superintendent's Recommendations, Business and Finance, Sealed Bids and Other Purchasing Matters, 8.01 through 8.15.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded that we approve Section 8 in its entirety. Comments or questions? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Section 9, General Superintendent's Recommendations, Personnel.
So moved.
Second.
Comments? Commissioner Hannon?
I want to make a comment on the record that I'll be supporting the personnel report, but it's with some difficulty. I think that, without commenting on personnel, which I can't comment on publicly, specific personnel, I think I want to say that I believe that it's the role of the superintendent to make personnel decisions, and I can't hold a superintendent accountable if I don't give him the flexibility to make those decisions. We had a similar situation last year during which some of the folks who ended up on this list without positions are now principals in other buildings. And so my hope is that the decision, this decision does not mean losing some of the folks that we're losing in an effort to give principals the power to choose their teams, but instead creates an opportunity for some of those folks to potentially be leading our schools next year. So that's why I'll be supporting the personnel report.
Comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Is there any unfinished business? We do have 2 memorials, and I will ask our Secretary, Commissioner Eccles, to read those memorials.
Memorial to Mary Bowen. whereas Mary Bowen, who died on January 24th, 2015, has served the Indianapolis Public Schools for a total of 8 years, and whereas her years of service contributed positively and significantly to Indianapolis Public School students. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of School Commissioners of the City of Indianapolis that the death of Mary Bowen be memorialized and that a copy of this memorial be sent to the members of her family. Mary Bowen worked with many students throughout her years in the Indianapolis Public Schools. The last 8 years of her career, she worked with preschool children with disabilities. She was dedicated to her students and their families. Mary was respected by her peers. For her dedication to duties, she will be greatly missed by all. Memorial to Joseph Coleman. Whereas Joseph Coleman, who died on February 15, 2015, has served the Indianapolis Public Schools for 3 years, and whereas his years of service contributed positively and significantly to Indianapolis Public School students. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the School Board of Commissioners of the City of Indianapolis that the death of Joseph Coleman be memorialized and that a copy of this memorial be sent to the members of his family. Joseph worked as a substitute custodian for 1 year before serving as a staff custodian at Christmas Attucks Medical Magnet High School. In April of 2013, he began working at George Washington Community High School. Joseph was respected by his peers for his dedication and commitment. He will be greatly missed by all.
Superintendent's comments?
Thank you, Madam President. Just a reminder, community participation in our strategic planning process is critical, and we remind the public that we have still before us opportunities to participate in our strategic planning sessions that are in play for our 3 areas. We have a meeting for efficient operations on tomorrow evening at 6:30, and it will be at the IMCPL branch on College Avenue. And then we'll be rescheduling our teaching and learning session that was postponed due to weather on February the 18th, and we look forward to communicating that date and again inviting our community out to participate. Would like to close just by commending the leadership of the board to not only serve as executive sponsors for strategic planning, but also the shifts in play to ensure that we're as effective and efficient as possible in the work we do to serve our students and our families.
Commissioner comments? Commissioner Bentley?
I just have a quick comment. I wanted to hold up these bookmarks that I've received from the Center for Inquiry at School 27. I read there last week, and they gave me bookmarks to share with all the board members and the superintendent. So I wanted to thank the kindergartners at CFI School 27 for our new bookmarks.
Other comments? Hearing none, our next meeting will be our budget public hearing to be held Monday, March the 9th at 6:00 p.m. in this room. Hearing no other business, we will stand adjourned.